Hello everybody, welcome to Ship Nuggets. Really excited to be back and talking about Ship Nuggets. We took some time off for a while, but again we're back and let's get right into it. So I stopped off talking about relationships, and as we all know, relationship is a ship of connectivity. It's a ship where everyone kind of connects with the next person so that we not only get to know one another better, but also we're able to provide support, we're able to help one another grow, we're able to communicate differences. Life occurs within the context of relationship. Everything in life shows that we are all interconnected, we're all interrelated, and we're all supposed to do something together. Like I said, nobody was created to be an island, and we were all created to come together to make life better for one another. But the reality is that many of us are not so equipped, especially in the areas of relationships. Many people are having struggles in their relationships. It could be struggles in marital relationships, struggles in their professional relationships, struggles with their sibling relationships. People are having issues with relationships, and we can see that in our lives today. Just look at the news, look at just what's going on in the world. You would realize that there is a struggle. Countries are fighting each other, parents are fighting kids, kids are fighting parents, government fighting people. So you see that there's a mismanagement there of this concept or this shape of relationship. And what we want to do is kind of explore deeper into this ship to find out how we can maximize this ship, how we can use our relationships, not just selfishly, but how we can use our relationships to bless lives. So one thing I want to talk about is intentionality. And even in a church where I am, we've been learning about relationships, and we've been learning about, from the book 21, Irrefutable Laws of Relationship by Pastor Gregory Jola. Very good book, highly recommended. And one of the things that I got out of it is the fact that there has to be some intentionality about relationships. In other words, you need to be intentional about meeting people, intentional about making good connections with people, and intentional about, connecting. And one thing about intentionality is that sometimes you can be intentional about doing something and it may look like it's not genuine, right? Sometimes many people say, okay, because I'm intentional about something, does it mean now that I'm not genuinely doing it? If you understand what I'm trying to say. Not necessarily. You can be intentional and being disingenuous at the same time, but you can also be intentional and being, genuinely empathetic, genuinely compassionate, right? So what I'm saying here is, when we pursue relationships intentionally, we have to also do it with love. We have to do it with empathy. We have to do it with genuine concern. When you're trying to meet somebody or you're trying to connect with somebody, you shouldn't just do it because of what you want to get from that person, but you should also do it because of what you want to be able to pass across to that person. So intentionality in relationship is great, but there is also the need for us to do intentionality with love, with empathy, and with genuine concern. Another aspect of intentionality when it comes to relationship is discernment. Because many times you may say, okay, I want to be intentional about meeting people, but you have to balance that with discernment. What do I mean by discernment? I mean, you have to know in your heart whether or not the person or the people or the groups you're trying to connect with are really there for you, are really there to bless you, are really there to help you, are really there to help humanity. You have to be discerning in your heart, in your spirit, and allow your heart to lead you, allow God to lead you into making the right decisions. So because the people you end up walking with, they end up determining your end point. So you have to be discerning. Don't just be intentional about hooking up with just anybody. You have to be discerning. I remember when I first met my wife, there was some level of discernment there. I knew I just needed to know this person. This was somebody that I needed to connect with. When I met my pastor, it was the same thing. When I met my friends, that I'm still friends with over 30 years. There was just a discernment inside of me, or something that I knew that I need to connect with this person and I need to take this relationship seriously. So what I want to just say to you today is, be intentional about meeting people, be intentional about connecting with people, be intentional about building strong relationships, but do it with empathy, do it with love and genuine concern. Don't do it because of what you want to get, but also do it from a discerning perspective. So that's all I have for this broadcast. Remember, relationships are what we are all about. We must connect with one another so that we can be all that God wants us to be. So till the next broadcast, see you at the top.